you've loved all the speakers up till now, you're going to really love this guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a great speaker. He's a mortgage broker, a private money lender, has his own real estate club, which all of you should participate in. It takes me great pride and pleasure to introduce Mr. Sadat. Give him a big hand. Not video, so pretty good. Behave.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Great. I didn't hear. I got hearing problems. How you doing?
Great.
How's he doing? Has he been behaving? This guy is so good that I wanted him to be in my club meeting next week. I have an educational real estate club association. We get together twice a month, 4th Tuesday and 4th Wednesday of each month. Tuesday is in the Valley, and Wednesday is right here in this hotel. So it makes it very easy for you. The reason that I wanted to talk to about it specifically because Lloyd Segal is our guest, our very special guest. So I'm going to leave these flyers right here if you don't mind. Please pass them around. And I highly encourage you, if you like the program tonight, you may want to be there next week because he's going to talk about some other stuff that he may have not covered. Okay? And furthermore, if you like it but you can't attend, perhaps you want to invite your friends and give them a flyer and encourage them to show up. This guy is great. As you have seen, he's very educational, very informative, and above all, what I love about him, he's got a great sense of humor. Okay? And I guess he's demonstrated that today. Has he? Has he? Okay, that's good. Yes. So with that, thanks for the introduction, by the way. I really appreciate that. My name is Sadat. I'm an educator, financier, okay? And also, we are in the business of real estate investments. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what you folks can do in this market to finance investment properties that you're going to be acquiring. And I'll give you examples of at least 2 or 3 of these that will demonstrate to you that in this market you can buy a property, you can rehab a property, and you can flip a property and make a lot of money with it. How many of you would like to know about that? Okay, just a few of you. The ones that don't want to, please wait in the hallway. At any rate, you came here to get a lot of information on foreclosures from Lloyd, and I'm sure you have got a lot of that. I'm here to tell you, before I get into the nitty-gritty, I'm here to tell you that being rich is your birthright. How many of you know Ralph Waldo Emerson? Raise your hands if you know. Okay, Ralph Waldo Emerson is arguably the most influential American philosopher. He was around about 150 years. Okay. And he was a contemporary of Henry David Thoreau, which is another great American philosopher. I'd love to read a short quotation from Emerson, 150 years ago, which actually will give you a pretty good concept of what he means by every human being has to be rich. Okay? And it's coming from a philosopher now. Okay? It's not like some millionaire like Bill Gates or Trump talking about it. You know, those guys know about that. But he's talking about it at a philosophical level. And he says every man is a consumer. Remember back 150 years ago? They would never say every woman. Why not? Because back then, they were not treating women like they're supposed to, like their right is just equal to men. So everything was man. So when I say man, it's not me, it's him. You can replace it with a woman. So I like to say every woman is a consumer and ought to be a producer. That's how it starts. How is that reflected in America? You see how it is in America? Everybody is what, folks? Consumer or producer? Most people are consumers. So he says every man, woman is a consumer and ought to be a producer. He fails to make his place good in the world unless he not only pays his debt, but also adds something to the commonwealth. So it's not only for you that you're getting rich, you're also helping the community. You're also helping the society. You're also helping humanity. Okay? So, and then he says, that's something to the commonwealth. Nor can he do justice to his genius without making some larger demand on the world than a bare subsistence. What is he telling you, folks? He's telling you that every man, every woman, every human being is a genius, okay? And you cannot do justice to your genius unless you demand something more than what they pay you at your corporation. What a bare subsistence is, which is bare minimum to survive. Isn't this true? You see more people in America, particularly today, that are barely making ends. Do we see that around us or not? Even before the crisis, okay, did we see a lot of people in America and around the world, particularly too, that are doing what? Bare subsistence. It's like paycheck to paycheck. That's how you translate it in the American language. Paycheck to paycheck, okay? And he says, this is what I love. He says, he is, referring to us, man, woman, he is by constitution expensive and needs to be rich. He is by constitution expensive means his essence, his makeup is expensive and he needs to be rich. Okay? That's a beautiful thing. You know what he's telling us? So many things in this thing. First of all, people are consumers, not producers. Second of all, every man, woman, child, everybody in this world is a genius. And third, that a lot of people here are living below their capability and below the level of genius and they're below the level of potentiality, okay? And finally, he tells us, all of us, by our very essence, by our very constitution, are expensive. What does that mean, expensive? He means valuable, means invaluable, and therefore, everybody has to be rich. How many of you like to be rich? Let me see those of you that was, okay, so a few of you don't want to be rich. I don't understand. Problem with being, oh, you're already rich. Okay, well, thanks a lot. That was good. Yeah, okay. So, my suggestion to you is, when we talk about richness, we're talking about wealth. And wealth means not only just money, but also what? But also what?
Power.
Huh?
Power.
Money, power, but also wealth means developing yourself, improving the quality of your life, improving where you are. Every day, add something to your life. Every day, go out there and learn something. You folks, by being here and learning at this place is wonderful. But also, your soul needs to learn. Okay, I love money. I make a lot of money. I travel all over the world. Life is good for me. I'm rich in that sense, but I'm also wealthy because every day I do something to become better. And I also add to the common wealth, like he's talking about, by telling you all of this stuff. By telling you that you need to raise the level of your vibration, awareness, improvement, self-development, personal development, so that you become better, not just money-wise, but also from the other aspect, which is what? Spiritual growth, mental growth, emotional stability, and get out of this sort of negativity that's around us. What's happening right now is negativity is so pervasive, it is so out there, that even some of us that are positive, we get sucked into it, and by the end of the day, we're completely sapped of energy. Isn't that true? Don't we see that? How do we counter that, by the way? Eleanor, how do we counter that?
I keep a shield around myself.
Oh, you keep a shield around
I don't
yourself.
watch news.
Oh, beautiful. Keep a shield. How many of you watch the news? Please don't. Not anymore. If you want to read, if you want to learn about the news, all you got to do is pick up. I look at my computer. I read the ones. Headliners. So many people killed in Iraq. For crying out loud, I don't want to know how many people got mutilated, devastated, and ripped to pieces. I saw enough. Okay? Somebody got raped. I don't want to know the detail of how they got raped, but I do want to know what's going on around me. I do want to know what the economy is doing. I want to know what's happening, around in terms of how it's influencing my life. Therefore, TV is not bad, it's how it's used. But television as a whole is negative. If you guys want to have a positive influence in your life, unless, let me tell you something, unless you raise your level of vibration, unless you become positive, you will not attract positive things into your life. I hope you understand. You cannot attract positive with negativity. I guarantee you that. Unless you become positive, unless your level of vibration and energy and awareness goes up, and unless you want and demand something greater than where you are in life and of life, you will not get it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? So with that said, now let's talk about how to make some money in this market, huh?